You are looking right now at the Republic of Kiribati, a nation of 33 islands and atolls in the Central Pacific Ocean. From the sky, it looks like a tropical paradise with every shade of blue and green imaginable. But from the ground, it's a different story. And pay attention to what I'm about to tell you because it's very important. By the year 2100, a time when many of you watching this will still be alive, the country of Kiribati will be completely submerged underwater. This was a seawall right there?
Yeah, that was a seawall.
But why is it so small now?
It got washed away by the waves.
The waves washed away the seawall. That was a house?
Yeah, problem is I don't know where are the people now.
Did they move because of the tide?
Yeah.
You can actually see that because their remains are here. When was their land here?
Maybe around 5 years ago.
And now it's just empty.
Yeah, it's just empty.
There's nothing there. More than half of its 100,000 residents live on the main island called South Tarawa, which has a peak altitude of 3 meters.
Hey Drew, did you bring your oxygen mask?
No, why, man?
This is the highest point in Kiribati.
Which is only a few meters. There's the sea right behind us, and the road is right here. The island has one narrow road that connects most points, and everything runs through it. Food, water, buses, school kids, workers, you name it. But the problem is that this road is getting close to be wiped off the map. So we're here on the main road, and you can see the sand that comes right up to the tar, because last week, the waves came all the way up and they were forced to drive on this side of the road. Many people are talking about climate change like it's so far away in the future. Well, guess what? It's already happened here in Kiribati, and we need to find a solution to protect the lives of 100,000 people. It's truly heartbreaking to witness because they are some of the warmest and friendliest that I've come across in the Pacific. Do you speak English?
Yes!
What's your name?
My name is Moro. My name is French.
They live right on the crossroads of the equator and the international dateline, which means they are the first people on Earth to watch the sunrise every morning. They are also the first community to feel the real impacts of climate change.
All our lives we've been dependent on the ocean. We got food from it, we got work from it, and now it seems possibly we could die from it. Sad.
The rising ocean has broken through freshwater ponds, destroying crops and forcing villagers to evacuate. Can you tell me a little bit about the rising water levels and how it's affected your personal home here?
Yes, there's been increases.
So like, is he forced to leave his home?
At the moment they're not forced to leave, they're just forced to elevate where you can see it.
Is he physically building the wall himself?
Yes.
When did he start noticing that this is actually a problem?
He doesn't really remember clearly, but he says like it was during the 2010, and then they felt like there was an increase in the tide.
Got the pile of bricks over there. So like this is considered part of the wall.
Yeah.
But wouldn't the water come through there, I guess? Have you noticed any change in the rising sea levels?
A little bit. Because right now the trees are getting affected by the sea, so it's coming over their wall. There was a time when they noticed that like the water was like really hitting hard on that side.
Here's a new term for you: climate refugees. I'm saying it now in 2019 while many of you may be shaking your heads, but watch this video in 30 years and we can talk again. To prevent becoming a climate refugee, the Kiribati government has been sending locals to Australia and New Zealand for jobs where they start adapting to life outside Kiribati. The truth is that no one will be able to avoid the consequences of climate change. If a rising sea level won't directly affect your life, the other extreme weather events from climate change will. Around the same time when Kiribati disappears, southern parts of Europe will turn into a desert. Coral reefs will die, rainforests will crumble, natural disasters will become more frequent and severe. For Kiribati, it's already too late. They are the first country to pay the price for a rising water level. When are we all going to take this stuff more seriously? We must start asking ourselves what kind of future we want to build for our grandkids and generations to follow. So I'm asking you to keep this video on your mind. Rewatch it, share it with your friends, because it's probably the most important information I've ever told you.
If you don't believe in climate change, then come visit Kiribati and you'll see for yourself. And if you believe in climate change, come visit Kiribati as well, and you'll see that climate change is not a problem for tomorrow or the future. It's a problem for today and now.
So David, what are some solutions that we can have to fix climate change here in Kiribati?
Well, Drew, right now we need permanent solutions, and for one, we can build a higher seawall around the country, And the second one, we can buy land overseas so that we can relocate to.
But the problem with that is those boats cost a lot of money. How could you
Yes.
afford that?
Do you have any solution in mind?
Yeah, I think what we can do is send more Kiribati people abroad like Australia and New Zealand to have jobs. Right now the government has sent 1,000 people. Let's try to make it 10,000 people.
10,000 is a good number, man.
Or another thing we can do is bring a lot more tourism here so they can familiarize with climate change, and that will also boost the economy.
That's really good, man. We need a good economy to fight this climate
Absolutely. So now we're going to open the floor up to you guys. We'd love to get your thoughts and opinions on what they can do to fix the climate change issue here in Kiribati and in the world. Please comment below your thoughts. Thanks, David. Take it easy, man.
change. Yes.
I'm Drew Binsky, and if you like my travel videos, please click subscribe and join me as I plan to visit every country in the world.